With the rumours for the next Forza Horizon game heating up, and as usual a particular debate about where it's located or where it should be located, which I have said previously doesn't actually matter. It doesn't even really need to be a real location. And that got me thinking, what if the game was set in more than one location? Xbox have also talked about the Forza series being part of their 25th anniversary celebrations, which I believe is next year, suggesting that a game should release then. However, it wasn't actually specified as a Horizon title, so what if it was something different? A lot of people have suggested the idea of a Forza world with a central festival, which could be used as a fast travel point to remastered versions of all the previous games. But I actually have a better idea. It's a fictional world anyway, so why not just combine all the best bits from the previous games, all beautifully remastered into one map, with no fast travelling required? Because how often do you actually visit the expansions, with that added step of having to fast travel to get there? I do realise this may actually be too much for current generation, especially with the Xbox Series S existing, but for today let's just imagine it's possible. Imagine a Forza game containing the Red Rock Canyon from the first game, and the festivals and music too, giving that proper atmosphere that was kind of missing from the sequels. Then have the coastline from Horizon 2, and the airfield and port from that game that were brilliant playground games locations. Take the city, coast road and jungle from Horizon 3, along with bringing back the expanding festivals idea, which I think was brilliant. Then have a part of this section that also has the Hot Wheels track, and another part that's always covered in snow, like Blizzard Mountain. Take the festival circuit and mud kickers from Horizon 4, and the train. In fact, have multiple trains. Maybe all the trains from the previous games. Why not? And from Horizon 5... Event Lab Island? No, but I do want Event Lab to have a version 2, or 3, I suppose it already had a V2, in the next game. There are some elements from Horizon 5, there's a few good tracks and things that I'd quite like to include. The map overall, I know it sounds huge, but it doesn't actually need to be much bigger than Horizon 5. It just needs everything kind of packed into a small space, because at the moment the huge map of Horizon 5 is just sand, so it's not really very interesting. I would have no sand at all, pretty much, in this game, because we've kind of overdone that at this point. Maybe also throw in some Japan-based locations, maybe based on Fujimi Kaido and Hakone, just to avoid the developers being shouted at. It all sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So I took this idea, and after spending far too much time, produced this concept map. The elements I've copied from the previous games aren't 100% accurate, nor are they to scale with one another, but just imagine that they are, and imagine that they are as they were in the previous games. Starting from the bottom left, we of course have the Red Rock Road from Forza Horizon 1, which was the first part I added. This needed to be the starting point for this map, as it's by far my favourite road from that game, and was of course the location for Horizon's first ever showcase event with that Ford Mustang against the Mustang plane. Then moving upwards, we've got the Finley Dam from Horizon 1, going into Blizzard Mountain in the top left, next to the city of Edinburgh from Horizon 4 in this sort of UK-themed section of the map, where we also have the Mudkickers Adventure Park, and if you look closely here, Greendale Club Circuit. This could just as easily be the Lakehurst Cops Circuit, Moorhead Wind Farm Circuit, or Bamborough Coast Circuit, to name a few of my favourites. Out over the ocean at the top here, we have the Hot Wheels Thrilltopia. Either imagine this as an exact copy of Horizon 3, because that was a fantastic expansion, or as a different layout, but very much in the theme of the original expansion, not the Horizon 5 one. It just felt better in some way. So something that's inspired by the Horizon 3 Hot Wheels expansion would be fantastic. Then also have Surfer's Paradise here in the top corner, and the West Point Tower, which was that kind of building site area which was a lot of fun to mess about with. And the rainforest, including the Rainforest Circuit. Moving south along the coast, we continue through Australia, keeping the coast road from Horizon 3 down here, which is one of the nicest roads in that game, then merging into the Horizon 2 coast as we get to the south, taking us along into Nice, because that also had a fantastic coast road. Again, although I haven't perfectly copied the layouts of these cities, think of these as exact copies of how they were previously. And you'll notice as well that, although I said this is kind of going down a different route and not necessarily a Horizon game, I have located Horizon festivals in each of the major cities and in a few other locations to be used as fast travel points, and like I said, that idea of expanding festivals I think would be fantastic. Further along the south coast, I've also included the port, which is still one of the best ever Playground Games locations, in the same location as it was in Horizon 2, just along from Nice. Same for the Horizon 2 aerodrome. It was fantastic for Playground Games, and of course drag racing, but I think it's the best airfield we've had. Maybe that's just me being nostalgic, but I think that was fantastic and we definitely need that included. Then we do have some bits from Horizon 5. I've put the stadium in, which is just kind of a cool location, and of course the fantastic Estadio circuit going around it. Over to the west we have the Japanese corner, which given the recent rumours had to be included, even though it wasn't in a previous Horizon game, but it is taking inspiration from tracks in Motorsport. Essentially we have Fujimi Kaido and the Hakone circuit from the latest Motorsport title, which are both set in the same kind of area. In fact, if you drive Fujimi Kaido on Motorsport, you can see Hakone. I'm not exactly sure where it is in relation to Fujimi, so I think I've got that slightly wrong, but this is all fictional, so it doesn't really matter too much, and it's a concept anyway. So imagine if it was an actual game, it in the correct location. Or not, the devs could quite easily use their creative license to just move it slightly. And finally in the centre we have a huge Horizon festival, to hopefully really bring back the actual festival feeling that the first game captured so well, and has kind of been lost along the way. This could even have all the separate locations for the garage and auto show and all those other bits like it did in the original game, where you have to drive to each separate bit to buy your car, upgrade your car, and all of those kind of things. You may also have already spotted there is another drag strip here, and the Horizon 4 Festival circuit, another brilliantly fun circuit from that game. This one's super tight and technical, and absolute chaos if you actually try and race around it. This was all just done as a quick fun concept though. Imagine if there were even more bits from the previous games in there. Maybe the Needle Hill climb from Fortune Island, or some of the roads from Sierra Nueva, the rally expansion in Horizon 5. Or even if this truly was a Forza world, also have other parts of the world that haven't featured yet. Do let me know which bits you would have included that maybe I've left out, or would you have replaced some of what I've put in with some other bits from Forza history, or some new locations that haven't featured before? What would you feature if you did a Horizon world, taking all the best bits from previous Horizon games or from around the real world? Do let me know. For today's video though, that is going to be all. Hopefully you've enjoyed this quick concept that I've put together for a Forza world, but for today's video that is going to be all. So thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next one very soon.